So yeah, this one's not a new release at all. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. Probably since we got out of trees, about like 4 million years ago. And some pretty great movements have happened underneath trees. I'm looking at you, Buddha. I'm looking at you, Isaac. Which is why I actually think that the best part of trees is not what they do, but what they enable us to do. I'll get to that in a sec. But first, let's do the review. So what I'm loving about sitting underneath a tree, first of all, is just the scenery. I mean, like, just in the past hour, just see, people on a picnic, people walking, kids running and playing, dogs. I'm seeing a lot of dogs. Dogs. I mean, I really love all of the trees around me, but especially there's this like really big, majestic one that kind of is still covered by the tree canopy, but it's gorgeous. But it's not just the scenery, it's also the sounds. This is a very leafy, lush tree, and so the wind rustling through the leaves, oh, yo, that's prime. That's really prime. It's like a real massage for the ears. Yeah, I love it. And with the scenery, I'm connected to, but I'm not enmeshed with the world around me. You know what I mean? Like, I can observe and I can still keep a bit of distance. Also, this is awkward. I'm building a screen time app to help people use their phone on purpose. Link is in the description. That's it. The thing about the sitting under a tree in Prospect Park is that this is the perfect low effort nature time for city people. Like, you don't need to leave the city to recharge in nature, and you're not walking or running or playing games or being social. I mean, it's just kind of like sitting at home, but you get to be in nature. But I think the key best part of sitting under a tree is that it is a springboard for other activities. Like the shade, the fact that there's a backrest, the fact that I have a little comfortable wedge here where I can sit actually quite comfortably. It means that I can sit without any equipment in nature, which means I can do all sorts of other things very restfully now in nature. Like, I can meditate, I can journal, I can chat with a friend, I can picnic, I can look at the birds. The best part about the tree is that it creates this environment to help me slow down and think deeper thoughts. Like, the more I slowed down, the closer I looked and the more I saw, like I got to see these little like baby leaves growing out of the roots, like right over here. And what I loved about this tree specifically is there's this beautifully symmetric and yet organic spread of limbs coming out. And I was really attracted to the curves. And I also think that it had great sun coverage, like a balance of sun coverage, but still allowed little rays of sun to peek out and like just surprise me with some like warm tickles. But, depends on what you like, but this tree's a little bit in the thick of it. Right? There are people around. I'm not completely private, but I feel like I was distant enough from other people where I actually felt comfortable to like film because I felt anonymous in this crowd. Whereas like if I can be in a totally private place in Prospect Park and someone comes in, I feel like, oh, it's an intrusion. It gets really awkward. And so the tree is off the road, so you can get pretty easy access, but it comes with, like, as you can hear right now, it means you get car sounds, ambulance sounds. It's also off the main road too. And there's also airplane sounds because we're in a park. But look, this is the reality of a city park, right? And the other thing is, if you're not on your phone, which I would highly recommend doing this, not being on your phone, you gotta confront your own thoughts. You gotta confront your own experience in your own inner world, which, can sometimes be awesome and great and pleasant, but sometimes it can be hard. And both those things are, spiritual experiences. I think being with your experience is great, but I also get that you might want to escape. So if you do want to escape, I made a video on that right over here. So what I disliked though was I hated that rock. This rock, oh my God, I felt so judgmental. It was challenging me. It was like, yo, I'm under a tree all the time. You're a tourist. And I was just like, dude, I get it. You're a rock. You live here. Okay, this is your spot. There's some litter. I don't really like that. Please don't litter, guys. It's just annoying. Makes the place doesn't look as nice. And there's a little buggy. We had some ants, no mosquitoes, which was nice. Okay, that was a little embarrassing. My phone died. Or my video camera died. Okay, so overall, I would say 8.5 out of 10. Look, it's a really solid real world experience, and you're not gonna beat, sitting under a tree in the wild. But if you're living in a city and you want like a restful nature activity, this is the bread and butter. And where it really shines, right, is when you pair sitting under a tree with something else, like meditating or journaling or, picnic. Really encourage you guys to give it a shot. Let me know how it is in the comments. Like and subscribe, blah, 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 blah.